Welcome back to another episode, guys. In this one we are going to show you some of the prettiest villages in England, historical buildings and lots to see, and we're going to start off here in Combe. Let's go. Let's take you around Combe, which is one of the most popular tourist attractions within the Cotswolds area, with its cluster of Cotswold stone cottages and lack of modern buildings. Absolutely no new houses have been built in this historic centre of the village since about the 1600s. The village has been described as a chocolate box, a tourist honeypot, and the prettiest village in England. We came across this really cute self-serve sort of cafe sort of style. You can grab whatever cakes you want and pop your money through the letterbox, which was incredible. Chocolate brownie? Yeah. Okay, I'll get you that one, Freddie.
Come over here, Freddie.
Brownie.
Alright, so you want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I want...
What do you want, Parker?
Blackjack. No, that's
No.
good.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I think, shall I get him a carrot?
Do you want this one, Freddie?
Can you put that? Is that good?
Oh, really good, actually.
How's that, everyone? Is it good?
You should taste that brown.
Is that nice, darling? Yeah, good boy. Combe was an absolute joy to just have a really good walk around and a stroll. And we got really lucky because we came here really early, so we missed the huge crowds. This video here just shows you how tiny these little back roads are in the countryside. This one was actually larger than most roads. Bourton-on-the-Water is our next location, and it's known for its low bridges, overhanging willow trees and traditional stone houses. The Cotswolds Motoring Museum features vintage cars and a toy collection, and if anyone knows of Brum, the TV show, the car is right here in the museum. During the Roman era, Bourton-on-the-Water became a notable site due to its strategic location along the river Windrush. There is so much to do here and keep you busy. There's a birdland, a maze, a brewery and lots more, with around 300,000 visitors that come here each year. You gonna touch it? Is it warm or cold? Is it cold? We are in Bibury now. We actually came here yesterday, which was a Sunday, beautiful sunny day. Do you think we could find a car park? Absolutely not. So we've returned on a Monday.
Morning.
And it's nice and early. So we found a car park today, thankfully, and we're about to go look around. Bibury has a rich history that dates back to the Iron Age. This row of cottages is called the Arlington Row and was built in 1380 and considered the most photographed cottages in the country. The cottages were originally used to store wool by monks, but they are now owned by the National Trust and are private homes, with the exception of number 9, which is a holiday cottage. The 19th century artist and craftsman William Morris called Bibury the most beautiful village in England when he visited, and I absolutely agree. We headed to St Martin's Church, where Winston Churchill is buried. His wife Clementine and other relations are buried in a family plot. It appears as though the family graves are regularly maintained, and I find Winston Churchill's grave to be very beautiful. Welcome to Lower Slaughter. So Lower Slaughter has been inhabited for over 1,000 years. The village had a small school by 1863, but it was closed in 1931. The village is built on both banks of the River Eye, a slow-moving stream crossed by 2 footbridges, which also flows through Lower Slaughter's twin village, Upper Slaughter. At the west end of the village there is a 19th century watermill with an undershot water wheel and a chimney for additional steam power. Welcome to Stow-on-the-Wold. So Stow-on-the-Wold is thought to have been founded in the 11th century on the site of an Iron Age settlement. The town was originally named Stow St Edward or Edward Stow after a Saxon missionary who lived as a hermit at the town's well. While we were here, we had to make sure that we visited England's oldest inn, which is the Porch House, with parts of the building dating back to the year 947 AD. Now, don't do what we did. Make sure you make a booking when you come here because it was all booked out. But we still had a sneaky look around and it was absolutely stunning. As you walk around the Stow-on-the-Wold, you'll see some really cute, quaint little shops, chocolate shops, cheese shops. There's lots to spend your money on. Chipping Campden was a wool trading centre in the Middle Ages, and the high street is lined with buildings built from local limestone known as Cotswold stone and boasts a wealth of architecture. Much of the town centre is a conservation area which has helped to preserve the original buildings. The town is an endpoint of the Cotswolds Way, a 102-mile long distance footpath. One of the oldest buildings in the town is the Grade 1 listed Market Hall, built by Sir Baptist Hicks in 1627 and is still in use today. The building was intended as a shelter for merchants and farmers selling their wares, with the arched side walls open to allow light and customers to enter. There was a plan to sell the halls in the 1940s, but locals raised funds to purchase the property and donated it to the National Trust. Since the early 17th century, the town has been home to a championship of rural games, which later turned into Robert Dover's Cotswolds Olympic Games. The games were discontinued in 1852, but were revived in 1963 and still continue. The last of our Cotswolds little villages is Winchcombe. In Saxon times, Winchcombe was a royal centre favoured by the kings of Mercia. Then, in the Middle Ages, it became a pilgrimage centre and thriving wool town. The Victorian era saw its expansion with a town hall, churches, a grammar school and more housing. Walking around Winchcombe was absolutely stunning, and walking past these cute little quaint houses was just brilliant. Seriously, that was incredible. It was like quintessentially English. Everything was beautiful. Everything was just, all the villages were petite, all the small bridges. It was really good, and I can see why it's a must-see spot within England. It was a brilliant couple of days. It was really hectic and long, just trying to get to all of them. But yeah, it was fantastic. And a couple of tips. Try not to go on the weekend. We went on a Sunday for our first day, and unless you're there before 9, to get a car park is pretty insane, and there's only a limited amount of car parks for most of them. So just keep that in mind. We actually also came in October, late October. That seemed to be pretty good. The second day we went on a Monday, and we seemed to find that there wasn't too many people around, but again, there wasn't a lot of car parks. It's just a busy place. It's all over social media and, you know, Instagram and YouTube. And again, with our video, we're adding to it, I guess. But it's just become one of those places that you have to go and see while you're in England. But anyway, we loved it. It was just absolutely beautiful and a must-see spot when you come to England. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.